Today is the day that I am going to dropping my laptop to FTB with my FTB badge. I'm packing up this laptop that I'm gonna drop to FTB. Oh, I forgot to take this out. I remember 2 years ago, I came from Florida to California to have this laptop. But in these 2 years, being in this EDR 2 project, my life has literally changed. This EDR 2 project was not just project to me. It was a big life change with growth. I have been supporting this large modernization government project over 2 years. Well, if I want to compare with my previous companies that I have worked with my experience, those are nothing to compare this EDR 2 project. So I was working for those tax stuff, IRS data creation, heavy backend data validations, and the heavy documentation. It was not just the writing test cases and executing them. For collaboration with Dave, business analysts, stakeholders, other FTB teams, before every releases, we were working like crazy, putting the nightly deployment every 2 weeks before release, and that was constant every single day. It's not just one. Every single release was a kick. The functionality, sometimes you're just thrown into the ocean, and it's your responsibility. Either you survive there or you go down. I remember even more days I went and stayed in my decks because it was peaceful, and I love being in an office because I can actually connect with my team, my lead face to face. I got learned so much being there. My next goal, if I have to go hybrid, like even the 5 days in a week, I am ready for it, because being in a remote, yes, you can learn, but being in a hybrid setup, you can learn more than you expect. If I start talking about my project, I can keep talking. I did not have a life, like literally, like I was mostly like into work. In my work, finding things, learning things, I spend time, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that. Even though I remember like beginning when I was struggling being in a California, it was hard me because I moved out at the same time I was being in this critical project. I was working under different lead, and those days were so difficult, but I was able to break it through because of my hard work and consistency. I never gave up learning anything new. I never gave up sit down and not knowing nothing. I never said, okay, I cannot do that. I never said like, okay, you gotta assign this to someone else. I was like always ready. Give it to me. I'll figure it out. If someone does not know this thing, I always talk and communicate with the other team members. I remember being in a backend data validations while we're doing for the tax file stuff. So we have to work on the data validation, and it has to be strong. If you cannot perfectly create the data, you are not able to go through the workflow for spare folders. Able to create data, they messed up, there was something happened. They just call me, hey Uma, I did everything right, but for some reason my data did not create it. What's going on? And I was taking a look and I see where they made a mistake. I practice it too much, and that makes me like solving the problems or creating the data faster than others, and finding the issue in early stage where they're making mistake. I can't even tell. In an Excel file, they might did not updated the date, they might did not updated the mock properly, so there was some kind of mistake was happening. So I was able to figure it out in very early stage. I'm here in a FGB batch into take the entry. Okay, and I used to stand here for while I was taking break, having coffee, and the main lobby. I'll take entry from there. My batch wasn't working, it was expired, so I got 30 minutes. I thought I'm gonna take a walk, but I'm not able to. Unfortunately, my badge is not gonna work in other places. So I'm here going to my decks, clean up my decks, and this is where I was sitting. My name is still here. Okay, this was my decks. Time to go. Bye bye FTB. Here I am walking back from FTB with my stuff. And by the way, this is the box I was given to pack my stuff, although I had my bags and everything. It's pretty heavy. All right, I'm walking to my car. Chapter is closed from FTB now. I don't know where I'm gonna be, but I'll be somewhere. While I was in an office, I was known as a coffee girl. During the day, I had lots of black coffee from the office, and one special one that I was always going in this place that I'm gonna go now. I was staying here for longer hours because I wanted to focus more. I wanted to work more versus when I was in a home. I'm ready for the next chapter. I'll be sharing interview questions, preparation for the state in this YouTube channel. Also, I'm available for my regular lifestyle in Instagram. You can find me as the Uma. You can also find me in LinkedIn and Thread. Stay tuned. See you next time with strong preparation.